I'll hit you up next, Harold. All right, you are Kara Lopez.
Yes.
Ms. Lopez, you're charged with driving while intoxicated. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you.
Thank you, Judge. On March 26, 2025, the officer was dispatched to a crash on H1 Drive in Orange County, Texas. The officer learned that an unknown party called 911 at the time of the crash. It was informed by another officer who arrived on scene that the victim clinic being treated by ambulance. The officer informed the other officer that the defendant had already been transported to receive medical care. Under stroke of the will witness, who stated that the defendant was assaulted and struck the witness's vehicle causing damage. The witness stated they observed driver alcohol beverage from the defendant and the witness got in contact with him. The witness stated that the defendant was still in the driver's seat at the time of their interaction and that it was clear the defendant was intoxicated. The witness reported that the
Okay, Positus is wild. Not only was she still in the driver's seat, but clearly intoxicated according to witnesses. Slurred speech, incoherent stecbu signs, but here's the kicker. She allegedly grabbed a bottle of vodka after the crash and downed it on the spot. That's not just reckless, that could be an attempt to blur the timeline and complicate the blood alcohol evidence. Classic courtroom curveball. What would you do if you saw someone chugging vodka after a wreck?
The defendant had slurred speech, was incoherent, and not making sense. The police stated to the witness, I don't know what happened. The witness reported the defendant called and himself out of the crash. And immediately after that call, the defendant grabbed a bottle of vodka and consumed the entire thing in front of the will witness.
What?
Yes, Sherman. That's what happened.
She took a bottle of vodka and consumed an entire bottle of vodka in front of the will witness?
That's what I have here. The will witness noted that the defendant drank the alcohol bottle as if the defendant was drinking water.
Just when you think you've heard it all, man. I mean, really.
The officer observed an empty bottle of toxic vodka, and then went to the hospital to make contact with the defendant. The officer observed the strong odor of alcohol beverage from the defendant, including the slurred speech and glossy eye. The officer read the DIC informed the defendant and the defendant became coherent, and they proceeded to a breath test and blood test. The hospital discharged the defendant and the defendant was transported to the drug processing center, but was unable to perform the state arrest or rights test due to the defendant's failure to follow instructions and to keep the defendant safe. And the inability of the defendant to keep her head up. The officer took the defendant's failure to follow instructions as a refusal. After was unable to get the defendant to stand upright to perform HDN, and due to the physical conditions, the officer did not ask the defendant to perform walking chair or the stand. The officer concluded. The officer offered the opportunity to provide breath and blood. The defendant declined to provide breath or blood, and the officer proceeded with a residual search warrant for the defendant's blood. The officer was advised. The officer was advised the blood would be ready in 2 to 3 days. The officer noted that. That's all I have.
Do you have blood back or no?
I do not. I'm not sure if that in the is referring to. The warrant was presented to the hospital, Your Honor, and a nurse advised that it's ready for 2 to 3 days. The officer.
Do you have any pride to you guys?
There's one in Caldwell County on this next year.
License?
License in. No.
This is who, Judge?
It's not on docket. I have to give you a case number. You ready? 255-7402.
Thank you.
If you speak English, right?
Yes.
If you have a problem with alcohol or drugs, now is the time for you.
Judge Fleischer is not playing games. Did you hear that? I don't care who you are, even if you're a small farm animal. That's a mic drop moment in courtroom land. But beneath the sass is serious structure, ankle monitor, ignition, interlock, zero tolerance. This isn't just punishment, it's A last chance warning with a lifeline. Do you think strong words like this actually help defendants change?
To address it. Because stop. There's nothing that you can say at this moment. I'm warning you now, because this is the only one that you're going to get. I will do everything in my power to protect my city at all costs. I don't care who you are, what color you are, if you're a small farm animal. If I find that you're using, it's not going to go well. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Now is the time for you to try to get any help if you need help, because I don't know you. I've never met you before. All I know is what they're telling me. And if that's in fact true, now is the time for you to address it. I am going to put a monitor on your ankle so I know that you're not consuming alcohol at any time. I will not entertain any excuses like it's mouthwash, it's a tequila lollipop, hair dye. I've heard it all, and excuses mean nothing to me. If you consume, it's not going to go well. Because of, I don't want you in the car driving. You're not allowed to drive. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
If I find that you do, it's really not going to go well for you. I am putting now a restriction on your license that you are not allowed to drive any vehicle that's not equipped with an ignition interlock on it. If you're caught, and I'm sending this notice to DPS, so everybody,
And there it is, gavel drop in disguise. Miss Cortigan, and you're stuck like Chuck. No leniency, no second chances. What stands out here is how clear Judge Fleischer makes the consequences. He's not just sentencing's narrating the roadmap of accountability. Would you be more likely to stay on track if your judge spoke this directly?
every officer in this state knows if they pull you over and they don't see an interlock, they will take you to jail. Do you understand? And then you and I will have problems. Just don't.
Judge, this is Carla Lopez, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And then you said no driving?
Correct.
Thank you.
And then a scram, please.
Yes, Judge.
You have the ability to hire a lawyer, ma'am. We will give you an application. You missed court once. A warrant is now in effect for you because you missed court the first time. I will reinstate your bond now, but this is the only get out of jail free card that you get. If you miss court again, you violate any of these conditions, you will stay with me. And I don't know who you have in this life, but if you don't have anyone to pony up $5,000 to $10,000, you will be stuck like Chuck until this case is over. Do you understand? All right, come up. We'll have you sign this. I need you to fill an application. Deputy Miranda's going to give you an application, and we'll go from there.